I mean, that video, my shit was just like ripped from me. That's crazy. And I had a lot of good talking points on there too, man. I had a lot of good talking points. Well, you know what? I'm glad. I'm not glad that happened. That's very annoying that happened. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to email YouTube about that because I'm like, if my stuff gets taken down, I'm supposed to be told what it is. I don't know what happened, but anyway, this is just a lot. Anyway, like I said, so I'm gonna get back to where I was at. Where I was at is Kevin stated that black men need to speak up, and black men that are in these demographics need to speak up. And he specifically said that I get you don't want to be shamed, canceled, you got jobs, but you're gonna have to risk it. He did hit World Star again. Make sure you put the link in the Young J. Make sure you put the link out to this video because this video won't be long. He said he's gonna have to risk it. That like men are gonna have to risk it, and I don't disagree with that. Unfortunately, but here's the thing. Every Here's the thing. It's not. I'm gonna give a couple perspectives on this. First, it's not as somebody that makes content or quote. I'm gonna say vlogs that talks this shit. It is not every black man's responsibility. Black men did not create this toxic environment that makes it so black men can't say what they say what they want. And I would argue a lot of women are invested in black men. A lot of black women are invested in black men being quiet. That was the main thing behind a lot of the heat that Kevin got. And even when you look at people that have said similar things like Rebecca Lynn Pope and how she basically threw Kevin under the bus with that crying shit, I understand why he said it, but I also understand why people would say, fuck that shit. Like, the thing about it is that environment was created by women, or at least it's enforced by women. And this idea that black men need to walk over coals for black love. And to be fair, Kevin did say at the end of the day, if women won't do it, somebody else will. And then another sister had to inject, well, you need to tell that same thing to black women. I'm like, nobody needs to tell black women they can date out. And telling black women they can date out isn't going to change how people deal with them. This is why nobody takes that seriously. And that's on black women. Because here's the thing. I'm going to say this and I'm going to jump back to what I said, what I'm about to say with Kevin. The people that mess up the black female image more than anybody is black women. Because Kevin did mention it is black men's responsibility to have media that represents their image. I agree with that. I do agree with that. And I think that black men that have this thing where they like to support women but not support men, that's got to stop. Because all you're doing, because they don't need your help. They have all their stuff. And they have the government, they have corporations that back their stuff when it comes to advertising dollars. You as a man don't have that. But this idea that black women, like somebody's holding them back from dating out, that's a personal choice. That's a personal choice. And the other thing, too, is black women are not honest as far as why they make it. The truth is, most black women don't date out because black women know they can't be themselves outside of the black community. They know that they will have to be on their best behavior, period. The end of, as Obsidian would say. They know this, so they choose not to do that. They also know that competing is not an option. Even if you're getting the below median average non-black man, you will have to compete because you have to get those women, that man from other women. in that same group. They don't have this kind of throwaway mentality when it comes to their men to the extent that black women have. And black women know that. They know that. So they choose not to deal with that. That's nobody's fault for their own. And as an individually, that's up to you. Bria Miles is a very dark-skinned woman. She's gotten non-black men. Gabrielle Sidibe, need I say more? Now, we could argue the value of that white man. It is what it is. Lonnie Love, you could argue the value. It is what it is. My point is, we know what it is when it comes to market value, when it comes to white skin and what they're willing to give for it. It is what it is. But they choose to do that. They choose not to do that, and that's nobody's fault but them. And that's the thing. Women want to have their standards, but women don't want to pay the cost of the sale not ever being made. I see it every once in a while. There's a house that I know that I drive by from time to time. I don't go out that way as much as I used to get to where I need to get to. But it's this house that is $700,000. I swear, God damn, and it's a great house. It's a great house. But it's literally been sold for it's literally been on the market for $700,000 for I swear like 3-4 years now. And sometimes it gets taken off the market. But when you look at taxes, you look at all of that, it's like, if people are not willing to buy it, they're not willing to buy it. End of discussion. But women don't want to hear that because they want to be told you doing the right thing. And at the end of the day, well, it depends on what you want. Well, I'd rather be alone. Well, that's why that die alone thing really struck a nerve. Because they know that's very real. And when somebody verbalized it, it became that much more real. That's where them crocodile tears came from Rebecca. That shit became very real. And she may have been smart enough to not do that, but I bet you she knows people that were not that intelligent or were too stubborn or they just missed the boat. And maybe they can get in situationships with people and they could get some temporary companionship because they can just trade vagina for that. But for the most part, they're not getting somebody that's really going to commit to them like that. Anyway, going back to Kevin. So Kevin and the dude. So Kevin said that men need to speak up. And what I would say, and I'm of two minds of this, to be honest. And I'm rarely of two minds of things. But my thing is, people have a right to suggest that. But when you're talking about men that they have careers that they've invested in and then invested time in, and then they could lose those careers because how females are going to react to what they say. I'm just saying, Kevin's a sales guy. It's kind of a tough sell when you see what Kevin went through and if you know what Kevin went through and how these women reacted to him. When Kevin, at the end of the day, is he has his own business and stuff. He has his stuff under. He controls his economics, but you have a lot of dudes that don't. And black men will be targeted in art. He's in corporate America. He knows more than most. Black men are targeted in corporate America. And stuff like this, in this Me Too misogynist environment, the way black men have gotten, I'm just saying I'm not saying he's wrong, but I'm saying it's a hard sell. And I've said it myself, to be fair, that I agree with Dennis, and now I agree with Kevin, that you should have more men to do it. But it's not about how he said it or anything. He said it more than once, and it's kind of like he acknowledged the risk of doing it, and he just said, "Oh well, my thing is not so much to debate that. My thing to say, are black women worth that?" Because this is why this conversation is even had. The truth is, that's black women's fault that environment is like that. You have an environment where black women can pretty much say whatever they want to say without no consequences about their men. But black men can barely say a goddamn thing. You saw it with Snoop Dogg. You saw it with Ice Cube. You saw it with and I know O'Shea apologized to Willie D. Fuck Willie D. I'ma say it. O'Shea may be cool with him and understand that. I don't. As far as I'm concerned, Willie D is basically a male feminist. And I truly believe that if Willie D was presented with a choice of basically cut kneecapping black men for the sake of black females' happiness, he would do it and he would be able to sleep at night like a baby. So to hell with Willie D. O'Shea's got a platform. I don't. So I can say what the fuck I want at this point. And I'm telling you, and I stand on that shit. Willie D is a part of the problem. And he could call bullshit when it's obvious, but the point is he's not willing to do the hard shit. It doesn't matter if he didn't mean to call Kevin Samuels and question his, the shit that people do. And I'm not gonna keep on saying it, but you get what I'm talking about. The point is how he responded to that shit. And O'Shea O'Shea got a much bigger platform than me. There's different calculations he's got to make. I understand. So I'm not even going, but I'm saying I don't. So I can say, fuck him, man. Well, we got to learn how to have conversations without being disagreeable. I can have conversations with people, but I'm also going to say what it is. At the end of the day, man, ain't nobody hearing that shit no more. They just not. He meant what he said when he said it. And I've heard him, this is not the first time I've heard him do that. So that's what that is. He gave Ice Cube credit because that's a fellow rapper. That's a dude that's married to a black woman, saved black woman for 25 years, giving black women opportunities. I mean, what the fuck what was the fuck he was gonna say with Ice Cube? And even then, he was like, "I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt." But how could you not? He's got every checkbox. But at the end of the day, man, going back to no, it's not worth it. The thing is, look, man, I hope black people get together. But the women, this drag your feet shit, they don't have a real understanding. See, a lot of this stuff is pretend. And I'm going to just say it like it is. A lot of this shit, and one of the things I didn't talk about in the first video, and I'm going to say now, is everything they were saying is on this, like, moving against the wind shit. Moving against the wave. Swimming upstream, as if black men are more invested in getting you all to act right, as if we need you to act right. First of all, even if we had a genetic problem, black men could interculturally date. We really could. Especially if you talk about the men at Kevin's level. Because here's another, when I say Kevin's level, the type of demographic Kevin's talking about. Here's the truth. Women have this thing where they believe that because they're women. Let me tell you something. Woman makes the same, let me say it like this. Woman makes $150,000 a year. Man makes $80,000 a year. Same career. Who's more valuable in the sexual marketplace? The man. Because your money doesn't matter. That's the issue. Your money doesn't matter. Your money. It's like in basketball where somebody tries to say, well, I can run a marathon. I can run 3 miles or 5 miles without stopping. But I can't do anything else. Like I'm an A+ in that. But I'm like a C+, C-, or C+ at best at everything else. Well, you may get props for being well-rounded, but the only thing that you being able to run for a long time does in basketball is you can stay on the court and run minutes. But then the question becomes, are those valuable minutes? Meaning, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter at all, but it's kind of something that's there. And women have this thing where they like to equalize shit. Like, the truth is, money's there, but if your sexual currency is off the chains and you can take care of yourself, well, that's a value add. And that's another thing people forget. Kevin is a sales guy, and he's a corporate sales guy at that. I'm not a corporate sales guy. I'm a direct sales guy. I'm more like a salesman. Kevin's like a corporate sales dude. So he uniquely understands the relationship aspect of it. When you're signing things and getting accounts and shit, you have to know the relationships matter. When you're kind of a direct salesperson, it's more, the relationship still matters because you want to sell multiple things multiple times, but it's harder to close those sales. It's a different skill set. So he's kind of uniquely qualified to talk about that, like the relationship, and this is why he has his mentality on marriage where it's like the love comes later, respect comes first. And a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that. So what happens is the women, the whole conversation, except a couple of little pockets, the women kept on trying to, what they were trying to do is get black men to get on their program. And it's like, you can, that works when you're dealing with dudes that make significantly less than you and they ain't got nowhere else to go, or they believe they don't have nowhere else to go. But when you're dealing with men that by definition of where they are in life, that you have to compete with other women to deal with them, you don't have the same negotiating stance. And saying we're both black doesn't matter anymore. That credit card is fucking maxed out. That's over. That, like, some black men will give that some type of weight, but it's not gonna be enough to close the gaps you all are trying to close. Talk about we both black isn't enough for me to deal with your bullshit. To deal with, well, we are learning, we're trying to not be hard. So you want me to be under, you want me to move into a house that's under fucking construction. We're not talking about a house that already is intact and we're gonna do upgrades. We're talking about a house that's got leaky holes. The air conditioning don't work. So when it's hot, it's hot. It's cold, it's cold. No. You basically want people to deal with broken women that are very socially awkward when it comes to dealing with relationships. Because they've been told that they don't have to do shit. Everything has to be done for them, and they just got to show up. Even when, and this is true for women with degrees and women without degrees. It's like saying, well, you're trained. It's like getting in a culinary. It's like being a culinary expert or a chef and saying and saying, well, and somebody that wants food and somebody that wants like HVAC. The skills don't match up, and they kept trying to do that the whole time. They kept on trying to do that. They kept on trying, like, for instance, I'll give you an instance. Number one woman, and they were doing it nice. It was a great conversation. But one thing they did, one woman said, she said, I want to inject that there are women out there having like clubhouses or conversations about, she didn't even say femininity. She said about why they're hard or why they're hardened. And to one dude said it other than Kevin, and I think it was the dude from Roommates. No, it wasn't. It was Andre. Kudos to Andre. They say it doesn't matter. Because some people are coming up and coming down. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter. I don't care. And then another thing, they would talk about how they were raised. Like one was like, I was raised with a two-parent household. I was raised around men. I knew to be in a child's place, to be in a woman's place. And it helps me, like, it trained. Basically, she was trained to understand how to jump in and out of these lanes and get what she needs to get within her lane. What Dennis calls winning from a submissive position. That comes naturally because she was trained in it. Good for you. You're ahead of the curve. But the women that didn't have that, that's not our problem. Just like if you're a woman and you say you want a six-figure man, especially if you know you've gotten them, it doesn't matter why a dude doesn't make six figures. White supremacy is fucking irrelevant. What the dude went through and he didn't come up from a family is fucking irrelevant. And men are not going to tell you you need to make it relevant if you've demonstrated you can get what you get. It's not relevant. It's on them to get to where you want to be. Because you're going to hold that line. There's not them to come down and see, they'll say, well, I'm double talking. No, I'm not. Because the thing is, if you know you can get, like, take Saweetie, for example. When she talks that Birkin bag dumb shit. Well, she can get niggas that can do that stupid shit. Because she's in proximity of them. She has a look that can attract them. She has the social status within that group. She has the network. So yeah, she can talk that shit. Because, like, and she's got the marketplace value, at least now. She can talk that shit. Sierra, same thing. She had all that going for her. And say what you want to, Sierra made herself available to Russell. Sierra had that baby quick. She got married quick. She knew what she had. She knew what she wanted. She closed the deal. Kim Kardashian is another one. When she did all that shit, but when she got 29 or 30, she circled back to Kanye. She closed the deal. Megan Good. Fantasia didn't do it as fast, but Fantasia realized it while she still had time to realize it. Only hang up she had was her money being at risk. The dude said, I got you. Let's go sign a prenup. If that's really what your issue is, and Fantasia was like, oh, we're good. And so you see her embracing him, height, light skin, whatever. She, dude appreciate her. Fantasia's not an ugly. Fantasia's not like a dime, but Fantasia's not an ugly woman. Fantasia's like type of female that, like, if her personality is solid, I can see her getting a dude she wants because she was able to maximize what she got, and she did. Megan Good, same thing. Megan Good didn't get a dude that, like, has made money she's never seen. He got high status in the church. And to be fair, Megan Good takes a lot of heat from other women in the church. Like, Megan Good is not a lot of them women are not a fan of Megan Good. They're not. Hell, say what you want to about Gabrielle Union. As fucked up in the head as Gabrielle Union is. So but Gabrielle Union had her looks. My point is, these women knew what they had, and they were able to, and Gabrielle Union got lucky, truth be told. I believe Jada Pinkett got lucky, truth be told. Because if Jada Pinkett wouldn't have got with Will, Jada Pinkett wouldn't be Jada Pinkett, period. Plain and simple. The only difference between Jada Pinkett and Vivica Fox and Lisa Ray is basically Will Smith just fell head over heels over fucking Jada Pinkett. That's it. And I think a lot of women believe that there's dudes out there like that that's just gonna be blinded. And no, that shit is not how that usually goes. It's just not. But going back to it, they kept on. So she went, oh, I just want to acknowledge we're doing that. Yeah, but there's a reason you all are doing it in silent. You all are doing it like the Americans before we're talking about revolution and rebellion against the British state in silent. You all know what time it is. You know how other women are, so you don't do it openly because you know how it would be taken. So doing it don't mean nothing. And the thing about it is, dudes don't have to wait for you. And the truth is, these Z's don't care. These Z's give no shits. They are not waiting for you all to fix yourselves. And I'm not saying women should wait for men. Black women should wait for men. This is why I mean what I say about dating now. Women love to, oh, you need to tell them that too. Why do I need to tell them? There's plenty of swirling channels out there to tell them. Why do you think black women need to be told they can date other races of men? Like as if we need to tell you anything else for you to fucking do it. What else do black men need to tell you for you to do it? Like, so that's not what it really is. And again, that's a lack of candidness as far as that. We're not being candid. We are not being candid about that. We're just pretending that, oh, well, black women is right. And see, what you really, and some of these women know that crap is not true, but some of them are just that far delusional. They have been given so many lies that they don't even know what the fuck up is down. It's like their center of gravity is fucked up. Because some of these women really believe that. Like, I got a pretty good ear for women that truly believe what they're saying, versus women that they're saying it but they know it not to be true. And a lot of these women do. BGS might disagree, but a lot of these women really do believe it. And that's the thing I'm gonna end this video on before I go into y'all's comments real quick. Is I challenge all Kevin's critics to do this. You won't see Derek Jackson do this like that. He may do it once it gets trendy, but a lot of these people won't make themselves available. It was the same thing with Jessica X. You don't see Chrissy making herself available to her people like that. Not like that. Or making herself available to her critics. She may do it on a Patreon or something where it's very controlled. But they're never going to make, shout out to Donovan and all of them, they're never going to make themselves available to their critics because, truth be told, they know all they know how to do is call them dusty, rusty, musty, lame, gay, whatever. They know they can't really address the points for the points. So they play this, what I call running out the clock tactic, where they're like, I got a bigger following. I got a following now. Damn you niggas. Paris does the same thing. Damn you niggas. And I mean, that's going to work. But the truth is, you got to deal with what you got to deal with in real time. Also, I got to acknowledge the dude that asked the dumbass question, asking Kevin, well, how does this affect you in reality? I agree with your talking points, but how does that affect you in reality? Like, I'm like, that. What the fuck do you think this is? And that was probably one of the stupidest things that was asked. All right, y'all. So, hit World Star again. Like I said, Young Jay, put that in the comment because I want to see it. Mike V, what about black women defending Sasha Obama, Edward Anderson? Man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Mike. I'm gonna keep it real. When I saw that picture, like I didn't even know if that was. I wasn't sure that was real. That's why I may have shared it on my community tab a little bit, but I didn't. I didn't really want to speak on that. Speak on that. So you saying that was real? I mean, I'm gonna say this. I don't think she's starting a fucking OnlyFans. Number one, because they're not gonna let her do that. They're not gonna let her do that because she is like, especially being black. No. Number one, that's gonna fuck with Michelle's money. Like, quite frankly, because you fucking with Michelle's image. So even the gynocracy ain't gonna let that slide at that level. I'm talking about like their own internal shit. But that's what happens when you round nothing but white people like that. Although to be fair, let me be fair. I believe Sasha did go. I don't care. You know, this is a 19-year-old, but I did believe Sasha went to the prom with the black dude. So I do want to give him that and not try to act like they just, completely. So I will throw that. I did hear that, but I don't know, man. That's something I want to, because first of all, here's my thing. The Obama daughters don't say shit. So project this shit, whatever. And I'm going to tell you, Melania got some hit, but she got some leeway. We'll see if that's a consistent thing. But a 19-year-old is going to be a 19-year-old. From what I saw, but she just, I don't know. But, that is something they need to deal with. But, yeah, it's something to talk about. But it's like, I'm not going to read too much into that. I don't know, Don Calypso. I don't know. Yeah, Tiger, it's worth a watch. I won't say all that, Jim Rat, but I'm not about to, nah, man. Willie D, you being watched. How about that? You being watched. There's a lot of, and you can call people what you want to call people, but at the end of the day, man, the truth will always win. Well, eventually. So you being watched. What's up, nameless protagonist? It's been a minute. Exactly, it's intersectionalism, and that, and you would have, oh man, nameless. I need to do a breakdown with you on it because, because the truth is, they were throwing them all. It was funny because it's like it's not just one female. You're getting a whole bunch of them, and they just throw you the shit they've been taught because that's what it is. That's what they know. That's what they got from the house. That's what they got from, because all these women were educated for the most part. That's what they got. So they went through the intersectionalism college, aka academia, and college system, and they got it from the house. And they don't understand how this makes them man. Yes, Mike. That Willie D. Black curls, I understand you don't see the need, but it's gonna happen. Number one, Kevin, that's not Kevin's MO. And a lot of people, Kevin has a lot of points that help the manosphere, but Kevin is his own person with his own MO. You take with it what you want to take with it. It is what it is. Yusef, they are used to being coddled. The people that are normally criminals and bank be preachers, you're absolutely right. Well, that stubbornness isn't going to help them, because what that's going to do is that's going to help us. Conversations like the one Kevin does pushes the envelope forward. It does, because what it does is a lot of these on the fence dudes that want to really believe that we're just just bashing people all day, every day. And that's another thing. Kevin mentioned what he used to say to men, saying you need to work 60 hours, otherwise get off of YouTube and all of that. But see, the women ignore that shit. And Jason Black talks about that too. Like the same women that listen to Jason when he castrates black men are the same women that always feel some type of way about calling in when he checks females. They do want affirmative action dating. The biggest problem that black women and women in general, Tommy Lauren, have is the one thing they cannot make them do. The one thing the government and the state cannot make men do is date your ass and deal with your ass. You can't make that dude you want you in the way you want him. The problem is choice, and nobody has an answer for that. Yeah, when he talked about the blue, but they didn't want to hear all that. That's why women don't like cars, because women understand the depreciation of value concept. But he said that, and they outright said, "No, that's your opinion." I'm like, "That's not an opinion. That's not an opinion." Then and this is where the "you dying alone" comes in. And I'm glad he explained that. He said 3 out of 4, and he has like anecdotal evidence in his own life. And thankfully, I gotta tell you, I am very glad that his mom is in the situation that he's in, because that is not a good feeling. It's not, and I think that's something that doesn't really go unspoken. And I heard that on Fat Tyson. She said, "I'd rather be alone." Well, first of all, you never gonna be alone because you got this dude tied to you. This you got a kid with. See, women say that until they want a baby. I'm cool with being alone, but I still want a baby though. I don't give a fuck why. Cause I mean cause when they tell the story, two things. Number one, they think we don't know already. They think like they're telling some aha moment shit. And um, number two, like they really believe that that we're supposed to just come off, oh, okay, now that I know why, let me just be patient forever. No, no. And one of the things that he said too is he said, like, it wasn't him, it was the roommates dude. The roommate said, you all expect dudes to just come like with no standards, but y'all have all the standards. Who taught y'all that? She was alpha widowed, and Will Smith said, "Fuck that, I'm still gonna date her." And you see the result of Will. You see the result in Will's kids. You see all of that. Hell, you see how even some of Dr. Dre's kids are turned on him. Yeah, I heard that's not her either. I heard that's not her either. Young Jay, I heard that's not Sasha Obama either. That's why I was like, I don't want to say nothing, and I put my foot in the mouth. No, like he said straight up. He said just because I have 2 divorces doesn't mean you can't have one. First of all, 80%, 80%, number one, let's be clear here. Let's keep it real. Kevin Samuels only, this is what Kevin, hold on, let's be clear here. In Kevin's value add, what Kevin talks about is getting you in position so you can get married. As a man that got married twice, just because you got divorced don't mean you can't get married. Just it's like saying, okay, can a dude that won the championship twice, that or 3 times, that means he lost it 3 times at least. So you telling me he's not qualified to teach you how to win a championship? Absolutely, he's qualified. And that's one thing people don't think about. They thought, well, you ain't married. Well, that doesn't mean I can't show you how to get it done. Because I've been through it twice. I didn't never say that I'm here to keep you married. That's not why people come to me. They come to me to get married. Hey, World Star loves Kevin, but World Star, World Star only gives a fuck about driving traffic. And they say this dude triggers motherfuckers. I hope Kevin gets on World Star Instagram. Yeah, they do use big words to try to make themselves. Yeah, man, I heard like the biggest thing that probably messed Tommy Lauren up is when she got with that black conservative. Once she got tagged with that, that's when I think the beginning and the end happened. On top of that, she's 27, 26. Man, don't start using terms like leftover women. Those, see, that's what really danger zone means. You once you get past the danger zone, that's when that increases. But see, women want to be told there's hope, which is code for you want to lie, you want to be lied to. What you want to be told is there hope. And I love how Kevin said, well, you can, that's like a financial consultant telling you, well, you need to play the lottery. That works too. Because that's exactly what they want. Oh, you know Donovan's gonna go in. Nigga, you like that's one thing like, and honestly, those World Star videos are great videos. Anyway, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe where we keep it real almost every day. I appreciate you all showing up. Make sure you get the likes and subscribe. If you're new, make sure you share the video. Man, that Snapchat convo don't mean shit. At the end of the day, look, first, okay, here's the thing. Any black woman, and look, and shout out to O'Shea because he did a video on that. This is a video I disagree with. Because I kind of think he kind of used the video as like a pro black battering ram, and it is what it is. Here's the thing: any woman, any American woman that let's be clear here, those were UK chicks, okay? Those are chicks in the UK, and they were referencing UK black men. So if anything, and you know, shout out to King Riches. King Riches channel. King Riches has been hammering it for a minute. I'm glad King Riches channel blew up. Make sure you like him, like and subscribe. Shout out to Falcon Black as well, because you know the UK brothers. We definitely need to let them know we appreciate them. And King Riches be keeping it real over there. So shout out to King Riches. I've never had a problem with King Riches. He's gone back and forth with certain people, but bygones are bygones. He just needs to chill out with some of that immigrant talk sometimes. Like thinking because he went to a HBCU, he can tell us about us. But other than that, that's a video for King Riches. Let King Riches do that video. But the truth is, that's something for him to speak on. That he's UK and he's black. We ADOS Americans are not infatuated with white women like UK is. And this is not to say that we're better. They have a different culture. In the UK, even though their classes are a little bit more stringent than ours in many ways, their interracialism is not the same because there's not as many black people in the UK as it is in America. We didn't grow. It's more of an immigrant thing a little bit. It's not the same. So they don't have, and I'm not saying they don't have, we have much more readily access to white females than they do. So they're not this big novelty. It's not. And I'm not saying there's no black men that go goofy for white women, but this idea that like, you know, half or 75% or half are black men or even 33% of black men they're just white girl crazy is bullshit. It's sexual access, the end. The end. So any female content creator in America, let me tell you something. I saw it, and I've been forgetting to share that video. I'm gonna share it probably today on my community tab. I want to show you. I want y'all to see the video that Mimi sent, like the channel. This is a channel that's like that. You've heard me say it, the Arab Emirate dude. This got 57 million views catering to black women. And I don't even think he dates black women. So my thing is, you know, these women, it's like you're talking about something that ain't got nothing to do here. So that's how much you have to reach. That's how much you have to reach. Let them white bitches say what they want to say. They still fucking. That's the only thing we care about. Are you fucking? Get on your knees and tell me how you don't need me, and tell me how I ain't shit, how you don't get no status, and tell me how, I'll drink your piss while you on your knees. Yeah. That's how that is. Man, let me tell you something. And what about that article of that school? I forget, it was a school in the South, and I gotta find the article of they started letting black athletes come to the school because they got, I guess, sports that would attract black athletes. And then they had to literally say that the women were insane because the increase of pregnancy amongst white women with black men just increased. So they couldn't say that the men were raping them because the women weren't going along with that. So they started to say that these women had mental health issues. It just skyrocketed. Please get the black men. If black men can have sexual access to anybody, black men will not give a fuck about white women like that. Not really. So let them little girls say what they say. We don't even know what they look like. Let them talk that talk, because at the end of the day, they still calling whoever they call to get fucked. Understand, white women are the main ones going to Africa, going to Jamaica, getting ran the fuck through. So now people can say, well, they don't respect you because they're using you like a concubine. Well, that's up to the dude. You got to understand, men have, our biological imperative is to have sex. And the reality is we're getting what we want. We're winning. Because here's the thing. Nobody talks about a lot of the dudes that are like kept men. See, all the dudes, because think about it. Black women will say, you're just a concubine. But what is NBA Youngboy? What is all them dudes that these women will have baby by baby by baby by baby by? What are they? It's the same situation. Whatever. They're not saying nothing we've never talked about. Yeah, and I'm not saying that to shit on Africans. Africans do not have the same access to them we do. They don't. So it's a novelty for them. So I'm not trying to say we're better or we just got more game. It's a novelty. And I understand that. I understand it. Just like how you see how black men get when they get around, black women with a right attitude. It's a novelty. Or they go to prison. It's a novelty. I get that. I get that. So I'm not saying somebody's better. I'm just saying that is what it is. But they wouldn't come here outside of that accent. Please, that they wouldn't move. And I know this because NC State has a very strong European exchange market. A lot of women understand they want to protect their status. So they already said it. They said how many women would sleep with a black man if nobody knew? That number is sky high amongst white women. How many women are willing to marry one? That drops significantly because that's when you're sacrificing your white privilege. That's a different type of question. What's up, nameless? Plantation rituals playing themselves out. It is a plantation ritual. It really is. Yeah. Black women do it too, and that doesn't get talked about. It really doesn't. Remember, they got more passports than we do. Anyway, make sure you all like and subscribe. That will definitely be appreciated. Make sure you all like and subscribe. Let me see. Give y'all a couple more minutes before they try to shut this video down again. I don't know what happened with that. What time is it? Today's Thursday. Ain't a game coming on. What is it? But you gotta remember, man, they don't know. They don't know the experience that Kevin has. They don't know the conversations Kevin has had and seen. Shame, guilt, and the need to be right. He called it sign language. That was great. That's a great spin on it. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Everything, that's the one thing he didn't talk about, because obviously that's not really relevant to what he's trying to talk about. But everything that they say is under the backdrop of the black community is a gynocracy. Because the way they talk as if they're in a patriarchy. And I'm like, you're not in a patriarchy. You all are speaking like you are in a patriarchy swimming upstream. You all are not in a patriarchy. You have never had to adhere to those rules. That's why you all do not want to do it. And you know it. You all see that as ceding power. And the thing is, you all want black men to be in relationships with you while being in matriarchal positions. And the truth is, here's the thing, and here's what's dangerous. What I'm about to say is dangerous. Here's the truth. A lot of black men don't have a problem with that. It's just you're going to have to make a better offer. A white woman has a better offer than you when it comes to that. A Latin woman has a better offer than you when it comes to that. And that's another thing. If you could call these dudes colorists all you want to, but if a dude has to choose between bitch A and bitch B, black men are gonna at least choose what at least one that looks good, or that they perceive as look better. Because they're not winning either way. John Legend. Yeah, what's up, Alex Bleeping Jones? But yeah, so the problem is these women are and see, and obviously the goal here is not to trigger these women. So obviously he wasn't gonna say that. But when you see black women learning about like white women African studies classes, they are trying. It's not even that they want white black men so bad. No, they want to be like, look, if I gotta go this route, I'm cool with going this route if I have to, but I'm going this route to get the best I can get. I'm going to win. And you don't even see that curiosity. You got other women that's more curious about your men than you. And see, that would have been triggering, but that's true. And you take Nicole, I told you, Nicole Michelle talking about all these women the non-black women, they're in femininity school. Let me tell you something. In my opinion, I don't know Nicole's business. This could be completely wrong. This is just a theory. The only reason you would go to a black female with light skin or otherwise in order to learn about femininity and not a white woman is because you looking to try to get black men. What's up, CJ Rich? That's the thing. White women, white women want matriarchy. No, white women want partnership. When white women sell that partnership bullshit, you know that they're putting, what are they putting up? Their white privilege. They're putting their white privilege up as collateral. So you know if they're in it. Now, I'm not saying white fuckery is real. Make no mistake. And white women are, divorce court is made by what white women do. But the difference is white women tend to be more practical. Look, I don't even like white women like that. But white women are going to be more practical when it comes. They're on that winner take all shit, but they're going to be practical too. They're gonna, and that's the thing. And a lot of these women, they keep on wanting to make it about a tit for tat when it comes to men. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with you. You're not competing against men. You're competing for men. You all don't have a problem competing against black men, but you all have all this issue when it comes to competing with other women. Ooh, that's a great Ooh, let me write that down. It's a great conversation. You don't compete for black men. Hold on, you compete against black men, but you don't compete for black men. Make that make sense. Who you think would be good for that? That's a good Roger report. Y'all better not do it. But I've thought about getting that YouTube channel, The Wrong Report, just to be an asshole. The Wrong Report. What everything the wrong report. And the makers of the right report come to the wrong report. Yeah. But people go pick that shit apart. Yeah, I'm eating Hershey Kisses. You damn right. I'm on the fucking phone with you motherfuckers for how long? I'm actually going through my email. Hershey Kisses with peanuts. Kiss my ass, Gabe. You turn that troll shit off over here. But Gabe, yeah, when you start putting Gabe in the box, Gabe had like he said, yeah, man. Yeah, we get with average women. Okay, we about to define fucking average. Y'all just be saying that shit. We about to define it. We know what the fuck we talking about. Yeah, it is. There's a couple of more dudes on there, but it is. I ain't doing it. Fuck you, Gabe. I'm not gonna lie though. Real talk. Do you know how many ugly bitches can make? You know how many ugly bitches got great voices? I got some. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. I got some ideas when it comes to ASMR that I could get some money out of some niggas. I just need to get. I mean, that's basically like I just need a chick with a voice. I'm like, look, man, how would you like to make some money without showing anything? Like fucking Ty City said, you know what the things an avatar can do. I could write some fucking scripts for your ass and concepts. Yeah, Jim Rat. I heard Phoenix. I heard Phoenix is Swirl City. I don't know. I know it's 720 women in prison in the world, so they can't be that many. What's up, Mike Shinery? Light skin power. Nah, man. Look, this is okay. This is I'm giving away a secret, but I actually got this from a white dude. Cause y'all know I used to not trip on the likes. But it was this channel called, artists that'll get pissed at me for promoting white channels, but whatever. Trek Yards. And I kind of watch them as one of my after shows when it comes to Star Trek Discovery. And they're pretty good. Canadian. Well, one's Canadian, one's UK. And the Canadian dude, he always says after every couple of minutes, hey guys, let's get the likes up. We got here and you did great, but let's try to do this. And I was like, that's some smart shit. So I've implemented that. So yeah, and it does help because if I'm doing a live stream and I got Kevin Samuels in the thing, Kevin Samuels in the tag, and I got Clubhouse because the keyword has a hot keyword right now. Like you liking it does help the stream go up in the thing because it's live. So it brings in new people. So you are helping to grow the community. Well, there's a difference between like lily white women and like kind of sort of ethnic. They're white, but they're ethnic. Like I like my thing is if you're gonna ask me what do I like, if that's what we're looking at, and you got to take Hispanic women off the table, Italian women, but not the typical like Northeast kind of Italian. Like I'm from Chicago, so they got to have a little bit of kind of like Greco-Roman in it, which is kind of like the Greek melanated. Shit like that. Generally, the more melanated white folks, like your Portugueses, um, your Spanish shit like that. Well, I'm talking about Spaniard Spanish shit like that. Now, if you look at um like German women, the thing about it is, unfortunately, it's like I'm too short for that because German women tend to be built. German women are very, you got to remember, Germans are like probably the most strongest genetically structured of any of the white folks, all white folks for the most part. So for the most part, they're built. And when I say built, I mean they're generally taller. They're generally, that's why when you mix like German and black, like you tend to get like very strong genetic structure in that way. Yeah, so dark skin pie. I only say that's kind of a joke. That's an inside joke because most soul provider, you got to understand, most of the light skinned dudes in this space used to be real like simpish. So we always gotta, pay attention to make sure the light skin image is not associated with being soft or simping for these hoes. So we done got rid of most of them. And so we got Jap, me, mediocre tutorial. Well, technically, if you're gonna talk about real channels, mediocre, Donovan, Jap, um, and then Xanatos, because Xanatos bigger than me. And then you got me. So we always pay attention to that because light skin is associated with being simps. That's all that is. So yeah, yeah, but that's all. That's Mediterranean. I kind of consider that Mediterranean. Now Persians, Iran. I understand that. The problem with them is you ain't never gonna really get access to those women like that because they got that on lock. I mean, shit. You want to talk that shit? A lot of these Afghani chicks. The problem is, the environment they're in is harsh, and then you can't see them. So if you want to talk that, but see those, I'm talking about readily access to. If you're gonna talk that, but that's not one of those like, and I've dated like, and I did that when I was younger. Like here's my thing, man. At the end of the day, there's a difference between dating to be casually dating and dating for marriage. And a lot of times when women use dating, it kind of means everything. So you might as well say, okay, who you fucking? Because that's who they really talking about. Because let's keep it real. People don't date like that. If people really fuck with each other, they do. If they don't, they don't. And then you got goofy ass niggas and speeding bitches. But the truth is, a lot of black men ain't really tripping over white women like that. The thing about it is, white women giving it up quicker. That's what it is, and that's what white women, black women don't want to really acknowledge. Black women are fucking a certain group of dudes, and then everybody else. And this ain't everybody, but it's a higher percentage. And then dudes are left. What dudes gonna do? Be monks and say, okay, well, if they ain't black pussy, I ain't getting it. That's not how that works. He said, "Yo, light bill high." I'm not doing I'm not doing vids in the dark. Like technically, look, I just got it to where I don't want. I just got. This is what Smooth does and Grinch does. Put a fucking sticker on the camera. Yeah. So and I'm not one to really talk genetics like that, but you start breaking certain things down. We know like Japanese have Asian has very strong genetic structure, but that's because Asian. But see, that can break down too because Asians can be very homogenous. Mainly the Japanese, Koreans, and the Hans. So we can break that down. But man, I don't care. I mean, my point is, there's a difference between sexual access, and you got niggas that be fucking ugly ass bitches. So women get mad. They just get mad. Anyway, that's true. And a lot of white women, if they have a black baby, that takes a hit. So that takes a hit on their sexual marketplace. And a lot of these most white women, they'll fuck a black man, but they don't want to be regulated to black men. So they have a built-in incentive not to have a baby with you. This is shit people don't talk about. Truth be told. And I'm not saying this is the type of stuff that people think about, but what I'm saying is this is the type of shit that's out here. Anyway, y'all, it's been great. It's been great. I appreciate you. But I gotta get this shit done. So anyway, it's been great hanging out. Glad I was able to end this. Make sure you subscribe. We got some big, really good stuff coming. Really good conversations. I'm doing more panels. I will be doing more uploads. I ain't forgot about the classic Men Mag. I got quite a few things I need to put together. So if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe. And they are conscious about their sexual market-based value because their white privilege is tied to it. Yeah, the AT&T girl is like Eastern European. So yeah, man. I mean, so but you can't say that because people stay in their feelings. So anyway, with that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This is Edward signing off. Peace. Oh, make sure y'all hit that Cash App too. If y'all still here. Definitely support the movement. $5, $10, whatever's appreciated. Allen 100K, ALLEN 100K. Anyway, peace.